All right, shifting focus. In fact, this is more news coming in from the US. A US immigration agent shot and killed a 37-year-old woman in her car in Minneapolis.
Now, this marks the latest violent incident during Donald Trump's nationwide crackdown on migrants. Those visuals from that entire encounter have gone viral. It comes during a major immigration enforcement operation in Minneapolis, which is located in the Midwestern state of Minnesota. The administration confirmed the shooting, saying the woman was a rioter who in her vehicle attempted to run over law enforcement officers. In a post on social media, spokesperson of the Department of Homeland Security said an ICE officer, fearing for his life and the lives of his fellow law enforcement officers and the safety of the public, fired defensive shots.
Also, DHS Chief Kristi Noem called the incident domestic terrorism and said that the woman had been stalking and impeding ICE's work throughout the day and then proceeded to weaponizing her vehicle.
These vehicle rammings are domestic acts of terrorism. We're working with the Department of Justice to prosecute them as such. We will continue to protect our ICE officers and in cooperation with other law enforcement agencies as well.
Donald Trump also reacted, calling the woman a professional agitator. However, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey denied the government's allegations and called on ICE officers conducting a second day of mass raids to leave Minneapolis.
This was an agent recklessly using power that resulted in somebody dying, getting killed.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz called the federal government's response to the incident a propaganda and even vowed his state would ensure that there is a full, fair and expeditious investigation into the incident.
Let me be clear. Donald Trump and his administration may not care much about Minnesota. That's been pretty evident. But we love this state. We won't let them tear us apart. We'll not turn against each other.
A widely shared video of the incident shows a Honda SUV apparently blocking unmarked law enforcement vehicles as they attempted to drive down a snow-covered street. The driver, named by local media as Renee Nicole Good, attempted to drive off as the officers approached her and asked her to stop. They tried to open her door with one agent, then firing 3 times with a handgun as the vehicle pulled away. She was driving away, and from the side, she was shot from the outside by the officer. She was shot in the head, and eventually her car crashed and she was pronounced dead.
Well, there's another video that was filmed right after the shooting, which showed paramedics giving CPR to the woman. The shooting drew protesters onto the streets near the scene. They yelled, "You will be held accountable," as some of them were met by heavy armed federal agents who were wearing gas masks, who fired chemical irritants at the demonstrators.